Buy my new audiobook entitled American Dysfunction Trumps Politics, available at audiobooks.com for only $16 US.
We had to come to the Ohio State Highway Patrol because we were being followed after what you're about to see happen at the Ohio University in Athens. You're going to be disgusted. You're going to see what...
I agree that's disgusting and scary. However, you are playing the victim. Would they have done anything to you if you never attended any political events as an InfoWars representative? You obviously know that people will react how they do at the events you troll, which is why you do troll. But I'm thinking maybe you didn't expect anybody to go this far. Somebody following you is probably a bonus for you.
Democrats do to Trump supporters when they come to their campus. They kept saying it was the most liberal campus. Let that keep in your mind as you watch this footage and think about the election come November.
I just want to...
Is this really a matter of the Democratic liberals being as bad as you make them out to be? Or was this incident actually a response to your constant trolling? How many videos do you have on your channel, Kaitlin? I've only seen about 15 of them. I've seen others covered by other YouTubers, but I've only seen you behave yourself at a gun rally. People can't actually do anything about you, and I've observed for myself that most of them don't really know how to deal with your tactics and fallacies. As a supporter of Donald, how is he a good president, Kaitlin?
Point out we were not wearing any Trump stuff. They just knew her opinions and reacted violently to speech.
Are you sure it's Kaitlin's opinions they're reacting to? Are her opinions valid? What are her opinions, and do you agree with them? If so, why do you? I know Kaitlin is pro-gun and anti-abortion. She also doesn't think highly of trannies. I don't care about guns, really, but I've already given my political position on guns in my video prior to this one, while I was already in my book. I'm neutral toward abortion.
Best security ever! To pay this monster, make sure you go to patreon.com/Kaitlin Bennett. You can support my work to pay for this monster of a security guard. Hi guys.
How you guys
want to do
doing?
some President's Day trivia questions? See how much you know about the presidents?
Go ahead, John.
You want to... Oh, they nominated you.
Yeah.
You're up.
I know medicine. I'm not a huge...
I'm sure you can get some. It's President's Day. Here we go. Who were the first 3 presidents?
Ooh, George Washington, of course. Ooh. This is hard.
The second one was elected twice.
Oh, is it, No, that's not... he's the 5th. Thank you, Erica.
He just gave you part of the answer.
Oh, John Adams.
Yep, one more.
You said he was elected twice. Oh, well, never mind. It's the 22nd Amendment. Third one, was it a Thomas?
Yes, it was.
Jefferson?
Good
Yes,
job.
you got 'em all
Okay,
three.
no, we're not done. We're not done. Okay.
Bro, I need to get my hair cut.
Your hair looks great, I'm
No, it
sure.
does not.
You do need a haircut.
See, this is cool. Kaitlin is mingling, then gave a fair criticism about his hair.
Whoa.
You said you do. I'm just agreeing with you.
Hey, I have one question for you.
Well, hold on. I'll ask you a question.
No, it's a trivia. No, it's just for you. Ready?
I'll ask you trivia, then you can ask me trivia.
I gotta do it first.
Nope, that's not how this works.
Sure?
I'll answer your trivia if you answer my trivia.
Name one bar on OU's campus. Just one.
I don't know because I don't drink. I don't go to bars. I'm not even from here.
And you don't drink.
I'm not a Republican.
She's actually not. She's libertarian.
What do you identify as?
Probably like a conservative, not a Republican. But no, I don't drink. Nope. Okay,
Hey,
who's next?
did you just call her a racist?
All right, I'll answer one more question.
Not a nice thing, not a nice
You called me a racist?
Yeah, I am.
What have I said that's racist?
Lots of very, very bad things.
Just one thing. Just one
Do
thing.
you guys think she's racist? Yeah.
Okay, everybody agrees. Give me one thing I've said or done that's racist.
And this would be where Kaitlin is right. Although, if she didn't fuck with so many people over the course of however long she's been doing so, she wouldn't have such a bad reputation. My point is, this lady was wrong to accuse her without anything to back it up with, which is why Kaitlin is actually right. Wait until she says something, then psychologically question her about it.
I have a question. not about racism.
Well, that's who we're talking about.
It
That's-
has to do with the same thing.
well, I'm asking her. She accused me of being racist. I do want to know one thing I've said that's racist.
I would like to hear her stuff.
You called me racist. What's one thing I've said that's racist?
Have you heard that? Do you let
This always
anybody
happens.
should go and
Yeah. While Kaitlin is right in this case, it's mainly because she attends so many of these events to stir shit.
any bathroom they want to?
No,
Why not?
because I think that's a dangerous precedent to let men in the women's restroom. I don't think that's appropriate.
But what if
Transgendered people identify as the opposite sex, and public restrooms are exactly that, public. Some of these people actually undergo a surgical transition, which is far too extreme for people who just want to go into the opposite sex's restroom to fuck around. Of course, Kaitlin is bothered by people touching her, period. Not all touching is sexual, Kaitlin. Besides that, America has actual problems to deal with. If men going into the women's restroom, as Kaitlin just argued that biology is the dictator here, is a national concern, why are so many Americans complaining so much about illegal immigrants, unemployment, war, the infrastructure, healthcare, etc.? And why are they worshipping Donald like he's America's savior because they believe he has solved all of these problems? People have been whining about gay marriage and transgenders for years now.
that's not the gender you were assigned to at birth?
Well, unfortunately, a lot of college students don't know this, but you were born with the gender that you were born with. That's just how it is.
So, transgenders going into the opposite restroom is dangerous and inappropriate because biology has the final say on their gender? Legal rights aren't science-based. Personally, I'm only concerned with people being honest. If transgenders were actually a problem, you wouldn't be using that biological fact as your reasoning for that being inappropriate and dangerous.
Are you a scientist? Right.
Psychologists
come on.
acknowledge that there is.
Would you say that race or gender is more important in terms of how you interact with people?
I think that
Both are
nobody
equally
So
important.
if I identify as a white person, should I get the same treatment as a white person?
I think
You should be treated as a human being, as should everybody else in the world, unless and until you cause some kind of harm to another with ill intent. Has nothing to do with your gender or skin.
you should get the same treatment regardless of your race or your gender.
Well, I've always thought white privilege was a thing. Should he be given
If
white
I
privilege?
identify as a white person, do I then get white privilege?
White privilege is a thing. I didn't say it wasn't.
Strawman time! I would have asked her what racism and white privilege has to do with transgenders.
So
what?
I identify as white. Do I now have white privilege?
No, you have privilege as a human, no matter what your gender and what your race, bottom line. Bottom line, no matter what your race or what your gender. I'm not saying white privilege doesn't exist, but you can't argue with me that you should get equal privileges as a human, no matter what your race or your gender is. Thank you.
So I guess if you... Okay, she just walked away.
I would say you and Cowboy there should also walk away, but neither of you should have been there to begin with.
We've been here for a whopping 15
You guys
minutes.
wouldn't have any entertainment. You'd have to keep walking and go along with your day, and that wouldn't make you happy.
We'd have to go to class.
Where you are? Yeah, that was a bad decision coming here. I'm sorry.
Why?
So sorry.
Why?
Because we're a family. All of us, this is an OU family, and we don't come here to start shit. Let me tell
But
you.
you're mobbing
let me
me,
tell you,
you're-
I came
you're
from a very
around me.
conservative.
Would you have left the premise by now if they all ignored you instead of mobbing you?
Very conservative family in a very conservative town, and nobody in my town ever agrees or likes anything you ever say because all of everything you say.
Your whole town knows who I am, though. That's all I got out of that.
Exactly.
A bit of narcissism there. You don't care why they disagree with you?
You're here for.
He just told me his entire town knows who I am. They talk about me.
You guys gave it to her.
way to get any
Wait a minute. How is she
I just
supposed to
stood here.
If when
There's
she's
an-
actually push an agenda, that's what you're here for.
I'm just standing here. They're giving me
Trying
attention.
to act like a bad person, but here you are coming to a liberal school with liberal people.
So shouldn't you be tolerant? Shouldn't you be welcoming right now?
We are until.
What are they being intolerant of, Kaitlin? You ask them about tolerance, yet you don't tolerate transgender people, because biology determines their gender, and that should never be questioned or challenged. That's both inappropriate and dangerous.
You start shit.
Oh, okay, so liberals are tolerant until I come here with a different opinion than you guys.
No, he said starting shit. You gave your opinion that transgender is inappropriate and dangerous. You started shit by strawmanning that lady with your fallacy about racism and white privilege. Transgender is inappropriate and dangerous because biology should be obeyed? How does that make sense, Kaitlin? Also, what does race and white privilege have to do with being transgender?
I'm okay. I'm actually independent, so I go for both sides. It's okay to have an opinion, but
all I'm doing is standing here.
And then when people try to argue, like that,
I'm not doing anything.
She tapped your hand, and you made a huge deal about it.
I told her not to touch me. You guys are about consent. Liberals are all about consent. I asked you not.
Complaining about being touched again. Did they ask you to interview them? Did you ask them if you can record them? You know you aren't welcome there, yet you persist to harass them.
I asked her not to touch me. That's not a bad thing.
Lil Nas X, take your ass back to Old Town Road. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. You guys don't belong here. I'm so sorry.
Hey, did she just tell me to go back to where I came from? Sounds kind of racist to me.
Okay, she said, take your ass back to Old Town Road, which sounds like an expression. I've looked that up, and I only found a parody song listed, so I don't know. If that is racist, just leave. Who cares? She also directed that at Kaitlin, and she's white, so she probably isn't racist. That guy probably just jumped on that to misconstrue and mock them, which is a troll behavior. She also said they don't belong there. They obviously don't. Kaitlin's opinion is that transgenders shouldn't have rights because biology assigns everybody's gender, and that's final. This is an authoritarian position based on an external that is not an authority, only a scientific fact that doesn't make rules. While these students are about human rights, which Kaitlin will not agree with. I would agree with that assessment. She and her associate don't belong there.
Oh, you students are
Old Town
racist.
Road, baby. Old Town Road or Kent State, either one.
They think I live at Kent State. They actually think I live on campus. Someone already bought me some.
Oh, lovely. So
Yeah, I'm wearing one right now. Yeah, I'm wearing one right now. Yeah. So don't worry about it. No, I'm good. Yeah, if I go to any parties, I'm good. I'm set. No accidents. I'll be
Hey,
perfect.
who all carries here? Chirp, chirp, chirp. Anyone?
So anyway, you agreed with that girl that called me racist. Do you have any evidence?
Comments. I think,
Give me one.
I think that you just don't understand.
Give me a racist comment.
Especially the fact that you come to, like on Kent State, you carry a gun like
You said racism.
I do know that there was a situation. My apologies.
Give me a comment that I've said that's
I can't think
racist.
off the top of my head what you
So
said.
why would you
but I
call
look
me
through your social media,
racist?
and I
Why would
see
you
these
call me
things,
racist and have
they
no
come off to
evidence?
me as racist, as being an African American.
Then give me
They come
evidence.
off to me as racist.
Give
and
me
I don't
evidence.
appreciate how you do that to people.
Give me
I
evidence.
like that. You're really rude.
Give me evidence.
I can give you.
Okay, Kaitlin, you've made your fucking point. They don't like you, so just leave. You never have anything valid to offer either.
Evidence. I can go through your Twitter. I can go through your Instagram.
Why would you just walk up to somebody, call them a name, insinuate their character, and then not have any evidence?
Why would you come to an event that offends you, armed with a mic and a camera guy? With this guy, especially with your phobia of being touched.